and his conservatives chose to vote against support for Ukraine, calling it a faraway foreign land to appease Putin apologists like Tucker Carlson and those who enable him. But while he does that, we have people like Yvonne Baker and Mark Gerritsen.
Yes, the mainstream media is freaking out. The plot continues to thicken over the presence of U.S. journalist Tucker Carlson in Moscow, with pro-criminal media trying to track his movement around Russia capital. With speculation rife over Carlson's reasons for being in Russia, there are rumors that he could be in the country to interview President Putin. Russian state media reported late Wednesday that the car allegedly being used by the former Fox News host had been spotted leaving the president's office.
A massive shakeup in Kyiv coming as Putin is trying to court the MAGA GOP in the United States. In fact, one of the leaders of the MAGA GOP is in Moscow tonight. It's the man you see here with the MAGA leader Donald Trump, Tucker Carlson. Possibly there in Moscow to interview Putin. Definitely there as a Putin-supporting celebrity. Just listen to how Russian state media is breathlessly celebrating his visit.
Independent journalist Tucker Carlson has flown to Russia from the U.S. via Turkey to Vnukovo Airport. He saw Spartacus Ballet at the Bolshoi Theater, had lunch in a nice restaurant, went for a ride around town, rode the subway. He charged his smartphone via a USB port and connected to a fast and free Wi-Fi internet.
He charged his phone, although they're knowing the details about the fact that it was during USB port may give him reason to think twice about all of this. But look at them talking about him like a celebrity. Everything he does on camera, breathlessly repeated. Now, it is unclear if an interview between Putin and Carlson will take place, but if it does, it gives Putin a chance to sit down with a big supporter.
It might be worth asking yourself, since it is getting pretty serious, what is this really about? Why do I hate Putin so much? Has Putin ever called me a racist? Has he threatened to get me fired for disagreeing with him? Does he eat dogs? These are fair questions, and the answer to all of them is no. Vladimir Putin didn't do any of that.
I'll actually always remember watching that clip. I was standing in Ukraine 48 hours before the war began there. Well, Carlson then stood by Putin consistently all the way through. And that is why he can go to Moscow now without any fear of being summarily imprisoned. He's a hero. This was Putin's mouthpiece in the United States, somebody who had turned a blind eye to the atrocities committed by Putin because they were happening far away. Once vibrant towns turned to ruins, mass graves with dozens of bodies in the Kyiv suburbs, a theater full of innocent women and children sheltering, bombed, despite the giant world children written on the roof. More than 200,000 Ukrainian soldiers killed or injured. And tonight, Putin is trying to seize on the fact that Zelensky's military appears to be in turmoil, capitalizing on a moment of intense American political dysfunction and intensifying.
Reason the mainstream media is freaking out interviewing Putin, I don't get it. We have seen people interviewing this same man. Why Tucker Carlson case is different? On this clip, we are going to take an exclusive look into what is going on exactly. If you have not subscribed, please endeavor to do that, and if possible, share this video.
На сегодняшний день, на мой взгляд, это самый смелый, самый отважный американский журналист, который смело высказывает свое видение, свою позицию.
Такер Карлсон не часто вникает в новостях, но он правду говорит. Поэтому у него, кстати, проблемы в США из-за этого. Он сейчас, насколько я понимаю, сюда приехал. Вот. И не знаю, пустят ли его обратно.
Я очень уважаю за его смелость, я очень уважаю за его нормальное человеческое мнение о том, что происходит на самом деле, за его разумность, за его логику, за его понимание, где добро, где зло. Вот. И что он не боится это все высказывать, несмотря на то, что он живет в стране, которая заварила всю эту, как это сказать, фашистскую кашу.
Меня поразило, скажем так, откровенность, которой он рассказывает о реальных проблемах, которые есть, в данном случае в Соединенных Штатах. Вот. Очень хорошая подача информации, с хорошим чувством юмора. Я слышал о том, что он вроде бы приехал в Россию. Ну что ж, Добро пожаловать.
Я считаю, что держит марку порядочного журналиста, честного, открытого.
Цепляет тем, что он идет против общей антироссийской пропаганды, которая в США проводится. И он высказывает свое мнение. Вот этим он цепляет.
Ну и надо сказать, что очень положительно отношусь, потому что это объективный журналист, который реально показывает то, что происходит в мире, несмотря на то, что иногда его позиция не воспринимается особенно демократами в США, особенно как бы сторонниками Байдена. Я очень рад, что вот он прибыл в Россию, вот он мне также рассказали, что...
Yes, this is important. Somebody sent this out. If Tucker Carlson is not careful, he could become the next Julian. There has been no shortage, of course, from both politicians and establishment media calling for his arrest over his visit to Russia. These creatures are nothing if not vindictive. This is someone seeing beyond what we are seeing. It is happening. Tucker Carlson being in Russia is a nightmare to a lot of people. They asked he should be banned. He should not enter the US again, or he should be arrested. I don't want to count the people I've seen advocating for this on social media. Yes, the person who posted this video, this is what he wrote. CNN is filming that journalist Tucker Carlson is doing journalism in Russia instead of spewing propaganda like CNN. Carlson was spotted in Russia this weekend and speculations were that he interviewed Putin. I have seen a lot of articles pertaining to this. Newsweek concluded like it has happened. Putin is trying to cut the MAGA gob in the United States. In fact, one of the leaders of the MAGA gob is in Moscow tonight. It is the man you see here with the MAGA leader Donald Trump, Tucker Carlson, possibly here in Moscow to interview Putin, definitely there as Putin supporting celebrity. Okay, and this is not the first time we have seen how the media is going off on Tucker Carlson, partaking to Putin, in fact Russia. If you notice, Tucker Carlson at one point said he tried to, make arrangement to interview Putin. They had to stop him, the US government. Now, the way the media seeing this is something I don't get it. I have watched interviews on YouTube where people interview Putin. I don't see why the mainstream media should be freaking out at this level. According to Newsweek, Ukraine sergeant calls Tucker Carlson enemy of humanity for Russian visit. You can see exactly how this people are. It does not mean because you disagree with someone, you cannot interview that person. In wartime, you can still conduct interviews to know the person's opinion pertaining to what is happening. Now it is a taboo for you to interview someone during wartime. We all know that the US does not see eye to eye with Putin, but it should not be a problem. Maybe during this interview, he can review some things that are concerning. Not to freak out on social media. A lot of people said Tucker Carlson should be arrested or banned from entering the United States.